Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this evening. My intention in doing the show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We've got a bunch of callers on hold already, and it'll be fun to see what they have to say and what their questions are, and fun to see what the answers are that we get. So we'll get to them in just a second. A couple of housekeeping items. First of all, we're in the deep freeze this week, everybody in the country pretty much. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, and it got into the 50s today, but it was in the 20s earlier in the week, and they were all wigging out around here. It was pretty funny. But my goodness, you people that are in the north, my brother's in Chicago, and they had 55 below wind chills. That's crazy. So hopefully that is almost out of the way, and hopefully you're all surviving and have power, and hopefully those of you that got days off are enjoying that with your family and your kids. All right, this is the last Thursday of the month of January, and so as a result of that, you know what that means next week. I'm going to give away a free 1-hour session to some lucky winner. And in order to enter the drawing, all you have to do are 3 things. Follow me on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan. Write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes at Ask Julie Ryan. Just go to itunes.com/Ask Julie Ryan, and you'll see a place where you can leave a review. Or do it on your phone. That's the easiest way to do it if you have an Apple phone, an iPhone. And then number 3, subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. So those are all easy things to do. And I will give away a free 1-hour session to some lucky winner, and it's valued at $155. The reason I do this, you guys, is because it's just a thank you every month to those of you that are listening and that are participating in this community that we're building. And also, I know $155 is a lot of money to a lot of people. So if you can't afford an hour with me to pay for it, register for the drawing, and we'll announce it next week. Announce it on the first Thursday of every month. Also, my angelic attendant training, I have a few spaces left in that class. I'm limiting it to 12. And what we're going to do, we're going to start it on February 9th. And what we're going to do is you're going to learn how to communicate with any spirit, alive or deceased, and that's any person that's ever lived. If you want to talk to somebody that's ancient that lived long ago, you can do that. If you want to talk to a deceased loved one, you can do that. Any pet that's alive or deceased, very handy when you're trying to figure out what's wrong with your dog or your cat. And that's what I do on this show. And then you'll be able to identify the 12 phases of transition from life to death. You know how I talk about sometimes somebody will call in and they'll say, can you check on my whoever and see what phase of transition they're in? And that gives us information about how quickly they're progressing in their death process. And it comes in really handy when people are flying in from out of town or traveling from out of town and want to say goodbye, and people are taking time off work and things like that. And it ends up being really helpful and really gives you a glorious perspective of the dying process. That's what I talk about in my book, Angelic Attendants. And then also in this training, you're going to be able to develop and validate the intuitive voice within you. So often we think we have an intuitive thought, but how do you validate it? And so we're going to learn about that. And more importantly, everybody's going to get to practice. So each Saturday, we're going to do this for 4 Saturdays, 2 in February and 2 in March. Each Saturday, we're going to spend an hour with everybody practicing. And so you're going to have firsthand experience by the time you're done with this class. You guys, I spent 25 years doing this. I went to school for 6 years to learn how to do the stuff that I do, and I spent tens of thousands of dollars to learn how to do this stuff. So this is an abbreviated class, and it's going to be really fun. So consider checking that out on my website, AskJulieRyan.com training. Alrighty, let's go to the phone and see who's with us first. I believe our first caller is Laura. So, hi, Laura.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Racine, Wisconsin.
Oh, terrific. Okay, so you guys are in the serious deep freeze up there, right?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. And it's finally warmed up to -4 today.
Oh, my gosh.
It feels so much better.
Could you tell a difference?
Yeah, actually you could. It was funny, we were all talking about it, like, oh, we're still freezing, but actually not, nowhere near it as bad. It's, I don't know, it actually felt like very scary walking outside.
I bet. I lived in South Dakota, my first job out of school, Laura, and I was a salesperson, and I called on the hospitals that were in the southeastern quarter of the state. And I kept an emergency kit in my car in case I got stranded, and had a sleeping bag and a candle and toilet paper and granola bars and stuff like that. And yeah, it was interesting. It was just, that's just what you did. I mean, if you were going to be on the road at all, you needed to keep an emergency kit in your car, because you get stranded, you can freeze, in like 2 minutes or something crazy, something really fast.
Yeah,
so.
But, 5 minutes outside, you feel frostbite forming.
Yeah.
In that kind of weather that we had.
Crazy. Well, good. Well, I hope you get a heat wave, but I hope it's gradual and it doesn't flood everything with all that snow, piled everywhere.
Actually, Saturday it's going to warm up to 40 degrees somehow, which is incredible. So,
wonderful.
Big difference.
Good. Well, do you have a question for me?
What's that?
Excuse me. You have a question for me?
All right. Well, I don't know. I probably should not go into all the details, but I got myself into a little bit of trouble, and I've been feeling a lot of anxiety about it, and
okay,
want to make sure I'm making the right decision, and trusting that my higher self is kind of knowing the details and to kind of fill in the blanks without me having to give all of the details of it.
Okay.
But basically, I got in a car accident Thursday. And,
okay. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. There's a guy swerving in front of me, and I wanted to pass him. Should have just stayed behind him, but of course, he swerved into my lane at that moment, and then I steered away from him and hit a parked car. And since I was the only one driving and there was nobody in that parked car, they're considering me 100% liable right now for the accident. And, yeah, it's kind of been fun anyways. But, so in order to lower my liability percentage, they would want to escalate the claim. But for reasons that I don't really want to say in the air, and that's what's giving me so much anxiety. I don't know if I should escalate this or not.
What does that mean, escalate the claim?
Escalate, so they would basically, since I was the only driver involved, and they have a way to, prove what I'm saying, they would basically take it under investigation and have all these people looking at it, and look at cameras in the area and do whatever they can to find whatever they can about the situation to see if they can lower my claim, which sounds good, but the thing I'm leaving out is why I'm nervous about it.
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so it sounds to me like the question is it in your best interest to escalate the claim? It sounds like if you've got something that you're worried about, whether they escalate it or not, it sounds to me like you need to find a lawyer to discuss all of this with before you make any decisions. Do you have a lawyer that you can use? Do you know somebody who's a lawyer that can help you?
No, I probably can't afford one either. It's not going to be like extremely financially burdening on me, but in order to get a lawyer. But yeah, I know I could avoid all of the anxiety just by going with 100% liability.
So what's your question?
I guess because of my anxiety, it's hard for me to ask that question to myself, like, would it be in my best interest to escalate the claim? So I was wondering if you would be able to help.
I get a yes on that. At this moment in time, is it in Laura's best interest to escalate the claim because there'll be less ramifications for you? How about that? And then that'll encompass whatever. I'm getting a yes on that. But I'm also getting you need to talk to a lawyer before you make that decision. Email me, Laura, julie@askjulieryan.com. I may be able to help you with somebody who can help you on that from a legal aspect that's in your area. So email me, julie@askjulieryan.com, and we'll talk back and forth on that. Okay. I'm the thing I'm getting the strongest is you need legal counsel before you make a decision.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you mind if I ask one more question?
Well, I got a whole bunch of callers, so Let me put you on hold, or I'll put you on mute, and then I'll come back to you if I have time. How about that?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. All righty. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it's Anne. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Julie. Hey, thank you so much for taking my call once again. You have helped me in the past, and I've referred people. I'm calling from Lexington, South Carolina, and this is my dilemma. I just cannot make a decision. I just don't know what to do. Okay, today I went and I looked at a house, okay? And, no house is ever going to be perfect. But my question for you is, I need some angelic guidance or something. I don't know whether I should stay here in this house. I don't absolutely have to move at this time, but we do, in a year and a half or so, want to downsize absolutely. Or the other thing that I'm pondering is, do you think it would be a good idea for us to move to Texas, to relocate to Texas? And I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, I remember talking to you about this before. We talked about this before, didn't we?
Yeah, we touched on it, but again, I'm still struggling. I just don't know.
Well, the thing is, Anne, that things that are in the future are fluid. So I'm going to give you what I'm getting right now, but when we talked about it, I think it was before Christmas, it might be a different answer. I honestly don't remember what the answer was at that point, but I remember touching on this with you before. So is it in Anne's best interest to move to Texas? I get a yes. At this moment in time, is it in Anne's best interest to move to Texas? And your husband, right? The two of you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So is it in Anne's best interest, Anne and her husband's best interest to move to Texas? Yes. Is it in Anne and her husband's best interest to move to a different house in the same area? Is that a good way to put it?
Yes.
I get a no on that at this moment in time.
Wow. So you're saying it's a good idea for me to move to Texas. Wow. See, okay.
That's a big move, I know.
That's an enormous move.
Yeah.
That's an enormous move. Enormous.
Do you have family there, Anne?
I have one daughter here, and I have one daughter there. And we live right on the lake, which we love. And Texas is a whole, Texas is a whole different ballgame than here.
Okay, so let's refine the question down, because when we're asking stuff in the future, if the more concise we can be, the better advice we're going to get. And the thing that just popped into my mind is it in Ann and her husband's best interest to have a home in Texas? Yes, and to have a home in South Carolina.
I can't have a home. I can't have a home in both.
Can you do an apartment, perhaps in one? No.
Okay. No. That's just not affordable.
Okay.
I have to be in one place or the other, not both.
Yeah. Well, worst case scenario, if you get there and you hate it, you can move back, right? I mean, it's not like you're going to have to stay there for the rest of your life.
The only reason I would move there is because I have a daughter there and her children. Otherwise, I would never move to Texas. Beautiful housing, but no, I would not move to Texas.
Well, I'm getting that it's in your best interest at this moment in time. Again, it can be different in a month, but that's what I'm getting right now. So that tells me it's worth exploring. And then you're gonna get inspired. You're gonna get information as far as what makes sense, what feels good. If it feels right, follow that. If you're feeling a bunch of resistance and a bunch of red flags, that means you need to reevaluate and go a different direction. Look at something.
I mean, like from a business standpoint, for me, would that be a good thing for me? From a business, like where my business would pick up what I do.
Okay, so would Ann's business be more profitable, more successful in Texas? I get a no. Would Ann's business be more profitable in South Carolina? I get a yes.
Well,
so, yeah, sounds like we got lots of variables going on there. That doesn't help.
Exactly.
Does it?
That's why I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if you can do a private session and let's really decipher this, let's really dial this down and get really dissect it and come up with because it's got a bunch of moving parts to it, it sounds like. So that's what I would recommend. Let's do that. I get it's in your best interest to go there. I get your business is not going to be as successful there as it is in South Carolina right now.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see who we have next. I believe it's Mona and Charles. Hello. Hi, guys. How are you? Hello.
Yes. How are you, Julie?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Terrific. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
North Alabama.
North Alabama. Okay. Sweet home, baby.
That's right.
Did you survive the blizzard on Tuesday?
Yeah, we did.
What we're talking about, everybody, is they were predicted 1 to 4 inches down here. I don't know about up there, you guys, but it didn't even rain here. I mean, we had nothing. I went out for a walk at 8:00 in the morning. It was cold, but the sun was shining. It was beautiful. So they completely missed that prediction. So you guys got a question for me?
I do. It's a medical issue, Julie.
Okay.
I'm having chronic neck pain.
Okay.
Age-related. I've had 6 weeks of physical therapy. Been to several doctors, including a stem cell therapist, and had 3 epidural injections.
Oh, geez. Wow.
And I'm not getting much relief. Didn't know whether you might have some ideas.
Okay, let me get you on my radar, Charles, and let me take a peek at you and let's see what's going on. What I'm talking about, everybody, especially for those of you who are first-time callers, is I'm going to raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all spirits attached to a human body having a human experience. And when we're in human form, we vibrate more slowly just because the body has mass. So by raising my vibrational level, and I turn this on and off at will, I am able to connect. I'm going to connect with your spirit, Charles. I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham. It's going to head north, hook into you in the northern part of the state. And then I'm going to have a hologram of you in my mind's eye. And I'm going to shoot energy from your feet up through the top of your head. And that will allow me to see the equivalent of an MRI or a CT scan or an X-ray. And then we'll just see what's going on with that. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam. Okay, got you. Shooting energy. You're being turned around. I'm looking at the back. Okay, so your neck is inflamed, which looks like a red ball of energy on the back of your neck. Let me get that calmed down with anti-inflammatory energy so I can see what's going on inside. All right, so I'm seeing some degenerative stuff going on the left side of your neck. Is that what's showing up on the scans and things on the X-rays?
No, it's on the right side.
Okay, well, I'm seeing the vertebrae are starting to degenerate, what I would call, on the left side. And so let me prop those back up. It may be that it's causing pain on the right because of the collapsing on the left. So what I'm doing is I'm watching those vertebrae. You've got 3 vertebrae that are involved, Charles, and I'm propping it up between those 2 sets of vertebrae. Imagine there's one in the middle, one on top, one on the bottom. And what it's doing is it's squeezing those discs a little bit and causing pressure. So I'm propping those up. And now what I'm doing is putting those discs back in. This is an energetic healing that's happening. And there's this really fine netting, energetic netting that I watch used in these types of procedures. And it reminds me of the net that you would use to get a goldfish out of the fish tank, one of those little teeny, very finely woven nets. And that goes on the edge of the vertebrae so that it holds those discs in place. All right, so by getting that propped up, it relieves pressure on the right side. It kind of puts you straight up and down with that. All right, let me go back in and see what. All right, that's what I'm watching happen. That's what it was a healing that I just watched happen. So it'll be interesting to see if that gives you some relief. So let me know.
Not yet.
Well, I think it may take more than 30 seconds. So, yeah. But, hey, anything's possible. So let me know if that helps.
Okay.
But that's what I'm seeing. So let me know. Email me. I would love an update.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Take care. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Mona. Oh, that was funny. Okay, let's see who we have next. I think it's Susie. Hi, Suze. Hi, Suze. Are you there?
Hi. Hi, thanks, Julie.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, yeah, it's been beautiful out here in California. I've been very grateful for our weather. I have a quick question, and I have another question. But my first question is just: do you see it's in my son's best interest to take a new medication that the doctor mentioned yesterday, Rexulti? My son is hesitant to take it.
Yeah, he's hesitant to take it. And what's it supposed to do, Sue?
Supposed to help with with depression. He's feeling some depression.
Is it in Susie's son's best interest to take? Is it Rexulti? Is that what you said?
Rexulti, Rexulti.
Rexulti. Is it in Susie's son's best interest to take the medicine Rexulti? I gotta know.
Okay.
But Susie, you've heard me talk about this in the past. Go to the Google, put in Rexulti, put in NNT, number needed to treat.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
NNT.
And that NNT stands for number needed to treat. And what that's going to do is that's going to tell you a number of how many people have to take that medicine in order for it to help one person.
Okay.
Those are numbers that our Food and Drug Administration and the equivalent in every country has this. We have to do clinical studies on medicines and on anything that has to do with, being implanted, or, for instance, I was in the surgical device business for a long time, and I had to deal with the FDA for my company and my inventions. And so they have to do those tests, and they have to submit those statistics to the Food and Drug Administration. So if the number's high, Suze, that's not a really good indicator. The other thing is you're gonna see what all the side effects are that are from that drug. So any medicine, before you take it, everybody that's listening, Google the name of the medicine and then NNT, number needed to treat, afterwards, and you'll get all kinds of information. And then that way too, Susie, you can have a really intelligent conversation with his doctors.
Thank you. Yeah, the doctor said don't even look up the side effects because he said it's so scary. But what would be a high number? How would you know what's a high number?
Because it's going to tell you. You know, if it says if the number needed to treat is 10, that means 10 people have to take it in order for it to help one person. If the number's 320, those are really bad odds.
Okay, so just 10 would be good, and okay.
So the higher the number, the less effective the medicine.
Okay. Okay, great. And I had asked you before about CBD oil, and we you had said that it would be good for me to take, and I took it, and it went really well for the first bottle. It seemed like it lasted 80 days, and then the second bottle, all of a sudden, is lasting like less than half the amount of time, and it seems extra thin. And I remember I had that really severe reaction on January 1st where we thought it was from the reclass infusion that I had, and I had to take a bunch of steroids because I could hardly walk and stuff. So I'm wondering if this bottle was actually started that night before, and I'm wondering if there's any chance it's related to the second bottle that seems so much different, or if it is from that infusion, because I'm going to have to know next year whether to do the infusion or not. And so I'm wondering if you have a sense of that. I'm holding the bottle in my hand.
So did the infusion cause the allergic reaction? I get a yes.
Okay,
did the CBD oil cause an allergic reaction? I get a no. But what I got about the CBD oil, Suze, while you were talking about it, is that stuff's not regulated. So, you're getting a lot. There's a lot of room for differences.
Because this guy just makes it himself, and I called him the other day and asked him if he had any idea why it was lasting less than half, and when the bottle tipped over, it actually leaked some, like it's thinner, and he thought maybe the batch, he just did something not quite right on the batch, but that's good to know that it didn't cause the reaction. Just was ironic that it was the same day, that I had the reaction. But, okay, well, thank you. That's really good to know.
You bet.
Thanks so much. Love your show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All righty, let's see who's next. I believe it's Jenna. Hi, Jenna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and we have about 30 centimeters of snow.
Oh, my. What's that in inches? I can't do that. That's advanced math for me.
I think that's about 15 to 18 inches.
Yikes, girl. Holy wow. I bet it's beautiful.
It is, but it's like negative 30-degree weather.
Yikes. So stay inside.
Yeah. I am. I'm cozy inside, so I'm okay.
Good. Well, thanks for joining us this evening from the North Pole, it sounds like.
Literally, it really is the Great White North.
Hey. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. So my question is, so I'm currently in school for fashion design, and I've been trying to find some opportunities abroad, and I'm just wondering if in the next year or so, or just in the next couple months, what kind of opportunities are going to be coming my way to get the chance to go abroad and actually, learn things. And, I'm also a illustrator as well on the side, so I'm trying to, pick up my side business while doing that. And I just find that I'm having some difficulties. I'm just wondering if you know how to kind of guide me in the right direction, or what kind of steps I need to take, or if I've been taking the right steps. Just kind of in that sort of light is what I really wanted to inquire about.
Okay. Well, Milan is coming in like with blazing lights. Milan.
Okay.
So for what it's worth, I think it's worth investigating, since I'm getting such a such a hit on Milan for you, you may want to start finding, just start doing some research about scholarships and internships and things like that in Milan. And see, I get that you're going to be able to find something that's going to take care of most of, if not all of the cost of it. And it will be really exciting for you. Actually, my legs are vibrating as I'm saying that, which is just kinesthetic validation that there's really something going on with this. There's something big for you worth investigating in Milan. And I know Milan is one of the fashion capitals, isn't it?
It is. It really is. My other concern is, well, not really concern, like I was really gearing towards moving to the UK because, there's a lot of opportunities for fashion and stuff there, but I just haven't been having the great luck in regards to that. So I think Milan, it sounds exciting, definitely something that I can venture into.
Yeah, call back in and let us know what happens.
Definitely will. I just have, do you know what kind of a time frame of when I should be expecting that, or just...
Oh, I don't think you need to expect it. I think you need to go after it. I think you need to immediately start researching it, start looking into, what opportunities are. That's going to lead you to something else. I don't think somebody's just going to drop a scholarship on your doorstep. I think you're going to need to start the ball rolling, start investigating, see what's out there. But there's definitely something worth investigating in Milan for you.
Okay, cool. Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay, you bet. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Good luck. Let us know what happens.
Okay.
All right. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677#. You can find this information everywhere you download podcasts. We're on a bunch of networks, and it's in the show notes. You also can find it on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. And I post this information as a reminder on social media every Thursday, just so it's easy for you to have the numbers to call in. Instagram at AskJulieRyan and Facebook at AskJulieRyan. So you can find it there too. When you're on my site, sign up for my blog. And it's a question that somebody has submitted, and then I answer it and read it on this show. That's my blog, for the week. And when you're on my site, sign up for a session with me, sign up for an appointment, and then we'll have a whole hour to talk about whatever. We can talk about deceased loved ones. I can do a medical scan. We can do, just whatever you want. It's your hour. And there's some suggestions of things we can talk about on my website on the homepage. But whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. And then also my training. If you're interested in learning more about that, go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and click on the training tab, and there's information there. By the way, on that training, there's a 6-month interest-free payment plan if you want to look into that too. So I put that up there too, just to make it easy for you if you're interested. Okay, here's the question this week. Erin from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. How about that, Jenna? One of your country women said, "Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for your beautiful energy and for sharing your buffet of talents." What she's referring to is, some of you may have heard me say, I'm a businesswoman that learned how to do woo-woo, and I'm a buffet of psychicness. So that's what she's referring to, which is cute. She then said, I've been working on blocks and limiting beliefs, and I was wondering if you could scan my energy field and identify anything specific I need to consider. Although I'd be grateful to work on any significant block, the most notable one currently in my life is my relationship with my mom. She's an amazing mother and nana to my 3 kids, but we're very different. Too often, my annoyance with my mother gets in the way of my love and appreciation for her. Thank you so much for all that you do, Erin. And here's my response. Hi, Erin. Your question about why your mother annoys you has most likely been asked since the beginning of time. And, as I suspect you've realized, we often don't comprehend the level of care, nurturing, and love our mothers give us until we have children of our own. Having said all that, it's very common for a past life or many past lives to be a factor in influencing our relationships in this lifetime. With that in mind, I did a past life scan on you and asked to be shown the most significant past life that correlated with your testy relationship with your mom in this lifetime. I was immediately shown a scene of you as a 5-year-old orphan girl living on the streets of Marseille, France. The year was 1794. It was winter, there was snow on the ground, and you were dressed in tattered clothes. The image reminded me of the little match girl from the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale of an abandoned child. After receiving information that your mother had died from a widespread disease, I did some research to find if there were any epidemics in Marseille at that time. What I found in the U.S. National Library at the National Institutes of Health, I put in parentheses NIH, was mention of a, quote, malignant fever outbreak in Marseille in 1793 to 1794 that killed a percentage of the population. I believe her mother in that lifetime died from that because I was getting a hit that there was some kind of an epidemic that was happening, which prompted me to do some research, and that's what I found. I went on to say I also got, which means received information, that because of past life experiences, you're extremely independent in this lifetime and often bristle when someone offers suggestions on how to do something. You hear advice as criticism, even when it's meant as help and is given in a loving way. Being abandoned for a multitude of reasons in past lives may be influencing you to believe you're better off handling and figuring out things on your own and not relying on anyone else. If this description resonates with you, please consider scheduling a private session with me, and we'll have an hour to decipher all these correlations and theories. Thanks for submitting such a great question. So what happens when we find past life instances that are affecting this lifetime? I can remove that past life memory of that one nuance. And people tell me all the time that they really feel relief and it helps whatever the situation is that's bothering them in this lifetime. So it's really interesting to do the past life stuff. And especially because I always get dates and times and sometimes historic events that most of the time can be corroborated when we look up the information. So that makes it really fun too. All righty. Thanks, Erin, for your question. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's go back to the phones. I believe our next caller is Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Julie. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm
Terrific.
in Acapulco, so I'm great.
Ooh, baby. Well, you can be nice and warm and toasty for everybody. That's in snow country. Yeah. Well, good. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have a question for me?
I do. I have an ornery left knee that probably has needed a knee replacement for close to 30 years, and I've had stem cell treatments in it. I've had a shattered kneecap, and I just continually injure it. I just injured it a couple of days ago, and I'm just wondering if you could do a medical scan of it and see if there's any way you can help it.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
So here comes my laser beam from Birmingham heading down to you in Acapulco. Got you. Okay. Got you on my radar. Looking at you from up above, looking down on your left knee. So your cartilage is pretty much shot in that knee. Mm-hmm. So the healing that I'm watching, Linda, is I'm watching new cartilage get added in the form of stem cells. I'm watching an injection of stem cells on the outside of your knee that's going in sideways. And what it's doing is those stem cells, easy for me to say, are going to centrifuge here in a minute, and they're going to form into new cartilage in your knee, which is going to, you have bone on bone right now. No wonder you're in pain.
Do.
You do. I can see that. Okay.
Yes.
So this stem cell energy is really cool, Linda, because it will generate whatever's needed, whether it be cartilage or heart muscle tissue or brain matter or whatever. And it looks like clear gel with sparkles in it. And then it spins really fast, and the centrifuging of it is what turns it into whatever is needed. So It's spinning right now. Okay. So it's going in between.
Can I ask you which way it spins? Clockwise?
Sure.
Clockwise?
Yes. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you from behind.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the back of your leg, and it's spinning clockwise from behind.
Okay.
So,
good.
And it always spins clockwise. Great question. Always spins clockwise. Interestingly enough, I have a bunch of advisors who are surgeons and researchers and people like that. Sometimes they're world famous, world renowned. And I call them when I don't understand what's happening on healings, especially the first time if I'm seeing a new healing, Linda.
Uh-huh.
And I have a stem cell specialist who's an anesthesiologist who fixes $30 million quarterback parts. That gives you an idea of how well known he is. And I talked to him about the centrifuging that I see in these energetic healings. And he said, well, that's how we come up with the stem cells. Mm-hmm. He said we extract them and then we centrifuge them to purify them and get them to the consistency that we need in order for them to work. So I find that fascinating. But hopefully that will help some. Let's ask, is it in Linda's best interest to have total knee replacement surgery? I get a yes.
Mm-hmm.
I get a yes. And by the way, one of my inventions is a device that collects the patient's blood during total joint surgery, knee, hip, shoulder, and it puts their own blood back into the patient so that they don't have to use bank blood or pre-deposited blood because it's just freshly blood. I know I sound like Dracula when I say that, but it's it's whole blood. It's got the plasma. It's got all the good stuff in it. So if you decide to have total joint surgery, email me. I'll send you some information on it. And it's been sold around the world for over 30 years, and it works great. Works great.
Yeah. Right now, I can't have a total knee replacement because I shattered my kneecap in April, and they use your kneecap for a total knee replacement. They shave it in half. They cut it in half and then glue onto the bottom half. And so I've got to let it heal more before they could do that. Are you seeing any inflammation from when I heard it a few days ago?
I am. I'm seeing lots of inflammation, so I got that calmed down too before I put the stem cells in. Okay, so hopefully that'll give you some relief.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you.
Have fun down there.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, let's see who's next. I believe is it Parker? I have Parker on my dashboard. Hi, Parker. 616 area code.
Oh, is it me?
Is that you, 616 area code?
Yes.
It says Parker on my screen. So is that an alias?
It is. That's me. Hi.
Hi. Is that your first name or your last name?
I'm sorry. That's my last name.
Okay, what's your first name?
Do I have to say my first name?
You can. You don't have to. Can I just call you Parker?
Yes, that would be fine, please.
Okay. Parker, where are you calling us from?
I am calling from Michigan.
Okay.
And it's very cold here right now.
I bet.
We have lots of snow. We've been having the polar vortex.
Yeah.
So we're very close to Toronto's weather with one of the callers that just, called in.
Right.
Well, I discovered you, I believe, on Instagram, and I'm not sure exactly what you read and things like that, so I apologize for my ignorance.
Anything and everything, girl.
Okay.
I'm a buffet of psychicness. What's your question? We'll take a stab at it.
Okay. Well, this is going to be hard to ask, and I have to be a little bit more discreet.
Okay.
I am married.
Okay.
I don't have the best marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rocky, and it's been, uneven for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to do.
Okay, so you're thinking of leaving your husband. You're thinking of what? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm a very hesitant person. I'm usually a happy person, and I try to take everything one day at a time. And I'm a very forgiving person, and so I will forgive, and then something will happen, and then I will be hurt. I will be sad, and you know, and I so yeah, I don't know what to do, and sometimes I feel like, you know, I am falling out of love, and I am just maybe falling in love with somebody else. I don't know what to do.
Okay. All right. Well, let's ask some questions to the universe, your spirit guides, God, you know, saints, angels, the whole group. I love to get advice from the whole group. So, is it in Parker's best interest to remain married to her current husband? At this moment in time, is it in Parker's best interest to remain married to her current husband? I get a yes. So let's dissect that a little bit. Spirits are really literal, Parker. So the more concise we can be in the questions we ask, the better off. And just you remaining married has a whole bunch of different parts to it. You know, maybe it makes sense for you to remain married for financial reasons. Maybe it makes sense for children reasons. Maybe it makes sense for there's a multitude of things that it could do. So is it in Parker's best interest to remain married at this moment in time for financial reasons? I'm getting a yes before the question's even out. Is it in Parker's best interest to remain married at this moment in time because the marriage is worth salvaging? I get a yes. I'm getting yeses all across the board. What's a question that you can think of for us to ask?
I don't know. I haven't, you know, loved him, and I don't think he has loved me either. We're buddies. We're not traditional husband and wife. I mean, and what I meant was we're doing everything together, but I don't think we love each other like a husband and wife. And that's hurtful, and I don't think it should be that way.
Right.
And
right. What I'm getting right now is it's in your best interest right now to remain married. As you may have heard earlier when I was talking with, I don't even remember who it was, somebody earlier, we talked about that the thing is about future things is it's fluid. Things that are happening right now are set in stone. Things that have happened in the past are set in stone. But things in the future are fluid because there are so many variables that come into play that can affect an outcome. So right now I'm getting it's worth you exploring what you need to do to salvage the marriage. And next week, next month, in a few months, it may be a different answer, but that's what I'm getting right now, that it's in your best interest to do that.
Okay. And you're saying at the present time, you're talking very near future, like now.
Yeah, now. Yeah. It may be different in a month.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's
because there's so many variables that come into play. You know,
true.
What you're thinking, what he's thinking. My gosh, it's endless. And our human brains don't have the capacity to envision all of the scenarios. So that's why I always say future events are fluid. If you ever go to a psychic that says, 100% I guarantee you this is going to happen, run the other direction. Because there are too many variables that can affect an outcome.
I agree. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you something to at least ponder right now.
Okay. And what should I do with another person?
Well, I think that also, you're going to have to decide what you want. If you want to try and salvage your marriage, then you've got to figure out what all the things are you need to do to salvage your marriage. If you're in love with somebody else, we can ask, is it in Parker's best interest to leave her current husband for her lover? I get a no.
Right.
I get a no. Right.
Okay.
But again, that's right now. Might be different in a month.
Okay.
All righty. Well, good luck, girl. Thanks for calling in.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the answer. I just need a little advice.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. And
Thank
if you
so
want,
much for your time.
Schedule a private session, and we'll do a deep dive, and we can really pick it apart. And
I would love to do that. I just have to go to your website, right? I'm assuming.
Yep. AskJulieRyan.com, and you'll see book an appointment, and just pick a date and time. Okay. Thanks,
Sounds
Parker.
Great.
Stay warm.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
All righty. And our next caller, I believe, is Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey. Hi, Julie. This is Jennifer from Frisco, Texas. How are you?
Hi, girl. You enrolled in my class.
I did, and I'm so excited.
Me too. I can hear your voice.
Well, sure. I know. I was so excited. In fact, just a few days before I found out that you had started this, I was just thinking, gosh, I wish Julie, she would be the perfect mentor to learn how to do woo-woo. Of course, who else could you a better person to pick than Julie.
Oh, you sweet thing. We're going to have a blast. It is going to be so much fun, and it's going to enhance your life in ways you can't even begin to imagine. So
I can't wait.
Thrilled.
I cannot wait.
Thrilled.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
It's to see if you could do a quick scan. I have got, and I've had this for years now, where my fingers turn completely white on the ends of my fingertips, and when I get cold, and it's not like a usual white, like, oh, you're just cold. No, they turn ghostly white, and then usually I have to run them under warm water to get the circulation going back in. It's really bad during wintertime. Just curious to know if that's a heavy metal problem or neurological or I don't know.
Sounds vascular to me.
Vascular, yeah.
What came in was just let me take magnesium.
Really? Wonderful.
Yeah. Take magnesium. Look that up, Jennifer. Google it and do some keywords about cold extremities, cold fingers, magnesium. I'm getting increase your magnesium. You need to take double the recommended dose of magnesium.
Okay, there's several types. Do you have a certain type that you would recommend?
Yeah, there's a couple of types of it, and I don't know that much about it, but Google it.
I will.
That it's a magnesium thing, and I know enough about magnesium that if you take too much of it, it'll give you the runs.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
with that?
Oh, yeah, I'm good with that, yeah. And then I'll just know to back off just a little bit, like vitamin C. Same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And you may want to try, let me see, is it in Jennifer's best interest to do Epsom salts to get her magnesium? Yes. Should she take it orally? Yes. Epsom salt? Yes. The two? Yes.
Oh.
So, you may want to try taking an Epsom salt bath every now and again in warm water because we absorb magnesium through our skin from the Epsom salt. You get that stuff anywhere. It's cheap.
Oh, I've got a huge bag of it, that I keep out of the bathtub. I love those baths. It's great for aches and pains. But, yes, exactly. I will do that.
You might want to try that.
Okay.
And see if that helps, too. But I get it's a magnesium deficiency.
Well, that should be easy enough to fix. Okay. Exactly. Wonderful. Well, you read all the stuff on the Internet, and it had Raynaud's syndrome, and, it's a autoimmune disorder, and I don't know. No, that's...
You don't have an autoimmune disorder. You don't have that Raynaud's syndrome.
That's why I wasn't even entertaining. I thought, I'll just ask Julie.
Yeah, I've worked with clients that have that before. You do not have... I don't believe you have that. And when
Wonderful.
I ask the question, if you have it, I get a no.
Oh, well, yay. Magnesium. That's so easy. Okay.
You're going to be able to learn how to do all this. Not all this stuff, but a lot of this. Yeah.
I know. It can't get here fast enough. I'm so excited. My whole 2 months is just wrapped up in just this. I'm telling, well, the Saturdays anyway. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay. Terrific. Well, thanks for calling in.
Well, thank you, Julie.
Know how that works for you.
I sure will. Have a great evening. Thank you. All righty. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. That's it for this week. Remember to sign up for the drawing for the free 1-hour session. Follow me on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan. Write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes, itunes.com/Ask Julie Ryan. And subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. Check out the training information, AskJulieRyan.com, the training tab. And until next week, have a wonderful week. Stay warm and send in your questions. I love getting them. Love talking to you. Join us next week on the call. Thanks, everybody. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.